Ever wondered about the journey your favorite foods take to reach your plate, especially when winter is on the horizon? As the chill sets in, a complex web of factors come into play that could potentially lead to food shortages. From poor harvests to shipping delays, each element adds a thread to this intricate tapestry. Today we're not just scratching the surface, we're uncovering the layers that contribute to the anticipated winter food shortages. Let's unravel this complex narrative. Let's begin with the fall harvest, a crucial time for farmers, but this year, many faced setbacks. Fall is a bustling season for farmers. It's a time when they reap the fruits of their labor, literally. It's the culmination of months of hard work, dedication, and a little bit of luck with the weather. This is the period when the majority of our food is harvested and stored for the colder months ahead. But this year, Mother Nature threw a curveball. Unpredictable weather conditions, from unexpected frost to flooding, even extreme heat, wreaked havoc on the harvest. Imagine a farmer watching helplessly as an early frost descends on the apple orchards, turning what could have been a bumper crop into a disappointing yield. Or envision a rice farmer, whose fields are flooded not with the nurturing water essential for growth, but with torrential rains that destroy the crop. These aren't just isolated incidents, they're widespread problems that have a significant impact on the quantity and quality of the harvest. When the quantity of the harvest decreases, it directly affects the amount of food available for distribution, and when the quality of the produce is compromised, it can lead to higher prices as farmers try to recoup their losses. But the impact of a poor harvest doesn't stop at the farm gate. It ripples out, affecting every link in the food supply chain. From the farmers who grow the food, to the trucks that transport it, to the stores that sell it, and finally to us, the consumers. When the harvest is poor, there's less food to go around. This can lead to increased competition for resources, driving up prices even further. Moreover, a poor harvest can have long-lasting effects. It can take years for farmers to recover, especially if they've had to take on additional debt to deal with the fallout. This can lead to less investment in future crops, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. So, the next time you're at the grocery store and notice that prices seem a bit steep, or your favorite fruits or vegetables are in short supply, remember the fall harvest? It's a critical cog in the wheel of our food supply chain, and its success or failure can have far-reaching implications. This ripple effect extends from the fields to your local grocery store. Now, let's talk about shipping, a lifeline for the global food supply chain. Just as our bodies rely on a network of veins and arteries to deliver life-sustaining oxygen and nutrients, the world relies on a complex network of shipping routes to keep food supplies flowing. Imagine a highway, but instead of cars and trucks, it's filled with enormous cargo ships. These vessels are the workhorses of the global economy, transporting goods from one corner of the globe to another. But what happens when this highway hits a roadblock? One such roadblock we're facing is low water levels in the Panama Canal. This man-made waterway serves as a vital shortcut for ships traveling between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, allowing them to bypass the treacherous and time-consuming journey around the southernmost tip of South America. However, this crucial maritime route is not immune to the impacts of climate change and weather patterns. Droughts can lead to low water levels in the canal, limiting the size of ships that can pass through and increasing the time it takes for goods to reach their destination. This isn't just a problem for the shippers, it's a problem for all of us. When ships are delayed, the goods they're carrying are delayed too. That means the fruits from South America, the rice from Asia, the coffee from Africa, all of it arrives late, if at all. And what happens when supply can't meet demand? Prices go up. That's why these shipping delays can lead to higher costs at the grocery store. So, the next time you're sipping your morning coffee or enjoying a bowl of rice, take a moment to think about the journey those items took to reach your table. It's a journey fraught with challenges and disruptions, and one that's becoming more complex and unpredictable with each passing year. This, my friends, affects the timely arrival of goods on our shelves. So, as we hunker down for the winter, it's worth keeping an eye on the global shipping situation. It's more than just a matter of economics or logistics, it's a matter of food security. And in an uncertain world, that's something we can't afford to overlook. The intricate dance of the supply chain faces disruptions. Imagine the logistical ballet that is the global supply chain. Goods are moved across continents, over oceans, and through cities, all to ensure that your local grocery store shelves are filled. Now add the harsh conditions of winter into the mix. Winter brings a unique set of challenges to the supply chain. Roads and ports, critical to the movement of goods, are often covered in snow and ice. This makes transportation slower and more dangerous, leading to delays in the delivery of food supplies. Transportation isn't the only factor affected by winter. The demand for heating skyrockets during the colder months. We all know how important it is to keep warm when the temperatures drop, but have you ever considered how this impacts our food supply? Increased demand for heating means more energy is required. This energy has to come from somewhere, and often it's from the same sources used to power our transportation and logistics networks. As demand for heating rises, there's less energy to go around. This can lead to higher fuel prices, which in turn increase the cost of transporting food, and it's not just about the cost. Energy shortages can also cause delays in the supply chain, as trucks, ships, and planes are unable to operate without sufficient fuel. The effects of winter on the supply chain are far-reaching, from the farmer who struggles to harvest crops in freezing temperatures, to the truck driver navigating icy roads, to the supermarket scrambling to restock shelves. Everyone is affected. And let's not forget about you, the consumer. You might notice higher prices at the grocery store or find that certain items are out of stock. These are all signs of a disrupted supply chain. The supply chain is a complex web of interconnections, and when one link is affected, the whole chain feels the impact. Winter, with its harsh conditions and increased energy demands, can certainly throw a wrench in the works. Roads and ports covered in snow, transportation delays, and the heightened demand for heating make the logistics of delivering food more challenging than ever. Winter exacerbates the challenges faced by our food supply. As the mercury drops, so too does the availability of fresh local produce. Delicate fruits and veggies like strawberries and lettuce can't withstand the harsh winter conditions. These foods are often grown in warmer climates and need to be shipped to colder regions, which can be a logistical nightmare, especially in winter. The cold season also ushers in a higher demand for imported goods. As local produce dwindles, we rely more on fruits and vegetables from warmer parts of the world. But remember, those shipping difficulties we talked about earlier, they're even more problematic in winter. The longer the journey, the higher the risk of spoilage, and the more expensive the produce becomes. It's not just the fruits and veggies that are affected. The cold season presents a unique set of challenges for livestock too. Animals need more resources to stay warm and well-fed during winter. The cost of heating barns and the increased need for feed adds up, and farmers are left with no choice but to pass these expenses on to the consumers. Moreover, winter weather can make it difficult for farmers to get their livestock to market. Icy roads, snowstorms, and other harsh conditions can delay transportation, which again leads to higher costs. And let's not forget about the impact on dairy products. Cows, for instance, typically produce less milk in the winter. This decrease in supply, coupled with the increased costs of maintaining a dairy farm in winter, results in higher prices for milk, cheese, and other dairy products. The complications don't end there. Weather conditions can also affect the breeding patterns of animals, which can lead to a decrease in the supply of meat. This, in turn, can cause meat prices to spike. All these factors intertwine to create a complex web of challenges that affect the price and availability of our food during winter. The need for more resources to keep livestock warm and well-fed during winter increases costs. This, inevitably, contributes to higher prices for meat and dairy products. As we navigate this intricate web of challenges, it becomes clear that our winter food crisis is shaped by multiple factors. Each cog in this complex machinery, from the fall harvest and shipping hurdles to supply chain disruptions, plays a crucial role in dictating the availability and cost of food on our tables. The fall harvest, for instance, is a critical period that sets the tone for the winter food supply. Poor weather conditions and unforeseen challenges can have a domino effect, impacting the quantity and quality of the food available. Shipping, a lifeline of the global food supply chain, is also subject to numerous hurdles. Low water levels in the Panama Canal and weather-related disruptions can delay the arrival of goods and spike up costs. Supply chain disruptions, heightened by winter conditions, further complicate the delivery of food. Snow-covered roads, transportation delays, and the increased demand for heating all pose significant challenges to the logistics of food delivery. And let's not forget the impact on our produce and livestock. Cold conditions can be harsh on delicate produce and increase the resources needed for livestock, inevitably driving up costs. In light of all these challenges, it's crucial that we support our local farmers, embrace seasonal eating, and maintain a resilient pantry. These strategies not only help us stay prepared, but also contribute to a more sustainable food system. With that said, thank you for joining our exploration of the winter food crisis. Stay warm, stay prepared, and I'll see you on the next one.